Hi, Strong. I've got another movement of the day post for you. Today's mod is episode 56, and I've got a great exercise for you. Before we get into that, I want to point out it's March 17, 2021. Normally, I like everything dated. I don't necessarily like things to be indicated within a post that is would be irrelevant at a later time. However, I just want to point out that we will always have something going on in the world, but in the last year, we've had a lot going on at the same time, continuously for everyone. And it still continues today. So we have things that have given us grief and trauma and sadness, confusion, depression, you name it, anger. And what I want to link this post to, anything that's related to exercise or something intentional like this, where you're working on a mobility or a drill that's going to give you an additional boost or plug a hole or give you an added practice into your fitness journey. So anything where we are intentionally, so it doesn't have to be a full workout or an intense exercise. I'm talking about anything where we have to focus, by exercise I mean, where we're focusing intentionally our physical, all our mental energy into our physical body, right? So whether it's burning the muscles or taking our joints through its full range of motion, or working on the flexibility of our muscles, anything like that, okay, that is not only useful for the physical act of it itself and the benefits, the many benefits of exercise, but the thing about these negative emotions, they're not meant to be held on to, and they're meant to be passed through, okay? So no matter how healthy you are in terms of, getting sleep or eating right and taking your vitamins and going out to nature and all these things which are absolutely good for you, no matter how well you do in that regard, though, if we have things that we're holding on to within our body, I mean, it reaches like a cellular level, that is going to derail us and prevent a progress or seeing the results more than the good things are going to help us, okay? So this is not only a plug for, movement, for physical movement and exercise. This is really a plea, if you will, to not let the emotional traumas prevent you, or to use those as an excuse or a reason to forego focusing on the physical body, okay? So not only should it not become less of a priority, it actually becomes more of a priority. So the more emotionally traumatized you are, the more important it is to move the body in order to literally shake those emotions out and let them pass through, okay? It's not a clinical definition, it's not, but neither is it a spiritual, guru, goo woo-woo stuff. It's just really matter of fact, okay? So when we let go of some of these emotional and mental traumas, through exercise, we have the starburst effect, we have the supporting effect, we have this triggering chain reaction effect, all of those, right? Where we have a sense of lightness in being, we have strength, okay? Mental strength, physical strength, emotional strength, spiritual strength that comes about, okay? So it's not to say we're not caring about what's going on. It's not to say anything we feel isn't valid, okay? It's just to say we don't want to let those things cost us, okay, more than it needs to. And anywho, all right, so, and also I know it was St. Patty's Day today, and I got everything mixed up. I wore my green yesterday, but I had my Easter bunny ears, which are green, today, and so it's me. It's not the bunny, it's me. All right. So we don't need any equipment today for this one, all right? But we're just going to use anything we have, desk, chair, wall, pole, anything we have for slight support for balance, all right? So you don't really need anything else. We're doing what's called a standing toe up hip swing, okay? Now, this one, I don't know if I just mentioned already, I was going to do a whole different mod today, and then Jeff Cavelier came across my feed with this one, and you know, he is one of my favorite very admirable physical therapists, personal trainers. So we're going to go with his today. I'm just going to cue you a little bit differently, a little bit more detailed. All right, so this, we're going to work one leg at a time or one side at a time, but the added bonus with this is that we're actually able to get benefits on both sides, even as we're focusing on one side. All right, so this is called the toe up hip swing. Toe up hip swing. It's a glute med exercise. I will talk forever about the glute med. That's your side butt right here that everyone needs to focus on. It doesn't matter how strong you are, how big you are, how weak you are, whether you exercise all the time, whether you're sedentary. This is something that requires a special focus, and whether it's because you have not activated them enough or whether they are weaker relative to your glute max, okay? And the main reason we focus on this, at least my main reason, is that it's going to save your knees. So with our whole compensation down the kinetic chain that I talk about all the time as well, this is going to help us prevent and relieve any of our knee issues that come from basically having weak glutes, okay? So first thing, if we're going to focus on my right side, I'll show you. The first thing to set up is to just face whatever is our stable equipment, okay? So you're gonna face that, then whatever side we're going to focus on, we're going to shift. So pivot on the balls of your foot, okay? So that your feet are now about 30-degree angle. So you can go ahead and hang on for light support here. Now, the leg that we're focusing on is the side that is staying fixed. So this foot, closer to your chair or your wall, remains fixed to the ground. The other leg is the moving leg. It's the swinging leg. We're going to have that toe up, as the name indicates. Now, first thing to start, we're going to have that cross in front, okay? And one of the things that I want you to be able to do is actually lean forward a little bit, okay? And you're going to swing this leg out to the side and behind you, all right? Because we want this leg, this foot, to end up behind our body line. And when you do so cross over and then rotate to open out. When you do so, you'll feel a strong contraction in your glute med, and you will feel it on your standing leg as well, okay? This slight leaning forward will help us ensure that this leg gets behind us, okay? And keep that toe up the whole time. So I'll show you the other side. So we'll set up by facing the wall or the chair, then we'll shift to rotate so that our toes are about 45-degree angle. Your leg that's closer to the wall remains fixed, flat on the floor. Now we're going to slightly lean our upper body forward and swing this leg, other leg toe up, across in front, okay? So you're getting a little bit of a hip stretch and rotation here. And then we're going to open that hip up and swing out and have that foot come behind our body line here, okay? And again, the focus is going to be on that contraction on both sides, but especially your swinging leg. Go ahead and put your hand, okay, right around your glute med so you make sure it's contracting. Now, if you don't feel a strong contraction on either side, or you feel a lot of your quads kicking in, just keep working at it, just keep focusing. It's a little bit harder to activate if you don't know how to already doing it standing, but there's all this rotational benefit of being able to do it standing as well. So this is a really great option, along with the fact that you don't have to get on the floor, so you could do this anytime in the office without anything, and regardless of what you're wearing, right? So I actually have some pretty high heels on. It'll probably be better, but you could still do it even if you're not flat-footed or wearing tennis shoes. All right, so I think that is it on this one. Give it a go. It's not going to be something that you're going to be able to crank out high reps on, because this is difficult for anybody, but the more advanced you are, the higher your leg should be able to go while you're still able to keep that strong glute med contraction on. All right, so try to do it a few times a week. If you remember, this is Jen signing off, reminding you to start where you are, do what you can, use what you have, and move something.